Ruben Amorim, Manchester United's new head coach, has officially left Portugal. He has boarded a private jet heading to Manchester. It was due in Manchester Airport around about 1:30 this afternoon. What happens from there, we're going to go through in this video. What Ruben Amorim can do with his work permit issues still in the air, not knowing when that is going to be covered. What are his duties? What can happen at Carrington? We'll talk about all of that. What has been said regarding Ruud van Nistelrooy already. Some of the players have been talking. We're going to get through all of that, what his duties are and what we can expect through the rest of the day. This is Forever United TV. Welcome along to the video, everybody. Please, before we get started, make sure that you have given the video a like and make sure you get your comments, more importantly, in below. Let me know what you feel. Ruben Amorim's difference on what he is going to bring to Manchester United. What are the most important things for you that he needs to look at straight away? So, we know that he's in the air. He's going to arrive around about 1:30 England time. Obviously, he'll be greeted by Manchester United staff at the airport, and then I'm guessing escorted straight to Carrington to go through the immediate issues at hand. They're not so much issues, but decisions need to be made, obviously, regarding Ruud van Nistelrooy. Then, obviously, he could possibly meet with some of the staff and players around Carrington, get to know a few people in there. Obviously, it's handy that it is international break and it's not as overwhelming. Like, I don't think there's going to be an issue for a manager coming into a football club. Obviously, they're expecting to see out their duties anyway, meet all of the players, and if it was in the middle of a normal game week, he would have got down to business and it would have been sorted. But being an international duty helps out. Why? Because he hasn't got his work permit yet, so he cannot officially take training, but what he can do is take meetings, and meetings are what are necessary right now because the burning subject is obviously Ruud van Nistelrooy. When you've got people and players like Matthijs de Ligt, who has come out today talking about Ruud van Nistelrooy and that he should definitely still be an assistant, he's definitely got the skills and capabilities to be an assistant. When you've got players talking up an assistant manager, like they would do, wouldn't they? They have just gone through their best spell of the season with Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge. Obviously, De Ligt is a fellow Dutchman as well. You can look into that if you want, but the situation, well, everybody's away, I think needs taking care of. I'm not saying that Ruud shouldn't be given the opportunity to say goodbye to the players. I think he should get that opportunity, obviously, but I feel like, well, it's international duty, a lot can get done and a lot of the sting can be taken out of certain situations, I feel. So I feel like this is the perfect time, and in a way you can understand why Manchester United have let Ruud have his moment and then probably allowed it to go into international break so the situation can be dealt with while all of the players are away. No one's really talking that much about United because we're not playing. It's all on the international side of things, and Ruud can step away and Amorim can just walk in and deal with everything from there. I think that's probably what the strategy was with Manchester United, and you can understand that. You can get behind that in a way. It is quite sensible when you think of it that way because De Ligt won't be there. A lot of the other senior players won't be there. Ruud probably would have said goodbye anyway, just in case the players yesterday after the game, in case he is relieved of his duties completely, or like he says he would prefer to be at the football club in any capacity. If Ruben doesn't want that, then Ruud's gone. He's already said his goodbyes. His situation's dealt with. The players don't have to be concerned with it. There's no awkwardness around Carrington, and Ruben's ready for when the rest of the squad comes back from international duty next week. Easy, really. So that is first port of call, dealing with the situation with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ruben did say in his press conference yesterday, we was covering it this morning on the live show, that he will come in, he will just tell Van Nistelrooy straight, he will have contact with him in the next few hours. They obviously are this afternoon, so the news will probably come to us all later on in the early afternoon. Oh, that's what, early evening, probably late afternoon. We'll probably know what's going on with Van Nistelrooy at Manchester United. So Amorim did allude to that in his press conference after the game against Braga for Sporting yesterday, that he will deal with it quite quickly. He'll be open and straight to the point. I think it feels like he has got to get straight to it, and there is no time to waste here at United now in terms of what he needs to do and what he needs to get on with. So what he can do is obviously arrive at United, go through everything that he needs to. What other meetings need to happen? Well, obviously, there's bound to be the obvious transfer meetings as well. We know about Giovanni Quenda, his player at Sporting, 17-year-old who we brought through the academy. More and more news has come out since our live show this morning on FUTV, where we was talking about Quenda being touted and scouted by Manchester United. And United apparently right now, according to sources in Portugal, have made contact with Sporting So it's going to be really interesting as to what happens in the transfer window going forward. But Ruben Amorim will probably look at his plans. Like, look, this may seem crazy and it may seem stupid to even bring it up, but this is what happens at football clubs. You have to go in there and start looking ahead. The plans and the transfer plans will already be in place. Ruben Amorim will want to know. He will want to meet with Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, obviously Omar Barada. He has met with them in Portugal, as we know already, but now it's in Manchester United's quarters, and obviously we're looking ahead to what's going to happen at United. So their plans will be in place, and Ruben will have to know about what's happening at Manchester United and what the structure's ideas are for the transfer window as well, because it may have just completely changed. Look, we all know that Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to play a certain style of football. The coach, the manager, whoever was going to come in under their tenure, which is now Ruben Amorim, as we know, is going to have to play a certain way and a brand of football. Now, we know that Amorim's side in Sporting play fast attacking football, brave football, high line, free-flowing, high-scoring goals. It's everything that fits into what Sir Jim Ratcliffe was speaking about in that interview when he first took over the club. So, really, it's now looking at the transfer matters in hand, and Ruben Amorim can play his way. So, Ineos have trusted in him, and I feel like he will have a little bit of power in this situation because he's accepted what Ineos wanted him to do, which is come earlier than what he wanted. So, we know that he wanted to leave in the summer and come then, but he may have just put some let's just say stipulations into his contract in coming at this stage and saying, look, if I need to succeed, obviously I'm going to need a certain amount of backing. We have been told that he has not got a veto when it comes to transfers. He likes to be involved in transfers. We know this from what's been said from the sporting side of things. So it's going to be an interesting conversation on that, and it does need to happen because there's a January transfer window less than 6 weeks away. And obviously, he has got some tough games coming up, or he's going to see the real mettle of his Manchester United squad. We know what he's going to do in terms of testing out his players. And I feel like the transfer situation is definitely going to have to be one, because already we're getting these noises. Like we just said, Giovanni Quenda, the young right midfielder, right wing-back, 17-year-old, 2 years left on his contract at the end of this season with Sporting. He's a player that Amorim has brought through. So all of the transfer speculation can be put aside. I think it's now time for Manchester United staff to speak, sit down with Amorim, talk about what their plans are for January, moving on to the summer. I think that's important, and a chance to do so, because until his permit is cleared, he cannot take training, and we know that he wants to get down to training. I can't see this taking too long to be rectified. I don't know why it's not already. We knew that he was starting his job today, so I would expect this to come through in the next couple of days, because surely Manchester United would have had this, would have had the wheels in motion on getting the permit cleared and everything ready to go for when the players come back. I'm guessing the players are on a day off today, which is usual protocol after a game. The players have left for international duty as well, so it's quiet at Carrington and a chance to go through the meetings that we just said then. But I'm thinking that the work permit situation, we will find out about that over the coming days as well. But as of now, a meeting with Van Nistelrooy, a meeting with Dan Ashworth, Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, all of the structure at Manchester United and plans to go forward. And then we should hear tomorrow about the work permit. But tonight is all about Van Nistelrooy. I think by the evening we will know exactly what's happening there, and then we can take it from there. But that is where we're up to with Ruben Amorim. That is your midday update, everybody. Make sure that you get your comments in below. Let me know what you think in terms of the most important thing that needs to be sorted with Ruben Amorim straight away after that permit comes, because let's be honest, he needs to be talking about training. He needs to be dealing with that. So what is the most important thing that he needs to sort out at Manchester United? Get in the comments below. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and check out the other content that's up on your screen right now. I'll see you later this evening, everyone.